Today, welcome back to AYI Training Center on JavaScript tutorial for beginner. I will be discussing on this video how to create an applicant form on online where someone can fill information, like the page will ask you what is your name, you tap the correct information. Your full name is Bob. If you are okay, say okay, then you ask your age. If you're 10, you say age 10, the page will ask alert the question. Your age is 10. If it's correct, then press OK. Then I will say OK. Then lastly, we'll ask address, maybe 20 Street. Then you say OK. At the final, soon I ask a question. If the page is happy, then you will store the information on the drive or on the computer. So you can create a form like this and send it to people online and get information. Open your VS Code and create a new page, .html and expectation mark, enter, then you get all the coding and close. Create a variable. You can use a var element or let element. I'm going to use let element. Let full name equal to window dot front. The first thing I'm gonna put a string that called what is your full name. Save. So we're gonna view the page. So when you come to the there is a message. So if you tap my full name is Bob, and then I say okay, it's gone. I'm gonna go back to my VS Code. So the coding, when I use alert element, alert to alert the message. Okay, your full name, let's put a string, say your full name, then we're gonna concatenate plus, and then we put a space, and then we concatenate the full name, our variable, which is a full name. So I'm gonna concatenate plus and extra space, and then concatenate again, and then a message. So then on the message you're gonna have if it's correct, then press OK. Now we're gonna go see the result as you serve, and then let's go check. Now I'm gonna refresh my page. So when I come here, tap my full name is Emery Locombo, and then you say OK, and then the alert message will come. Your full name is Emery Locombo. If it's correct, then press OK. So let's go there. There's some mistake there. I'll sort the mistake on the program, which is if your full name is Emery, there's no space here. I'll make a space here as well. If there is no space here, no, the space, we put a space. Now I'm gonna repeat the same thing with the other. So all you need to do, I'm just gonna copy all this coding, highlight the entire code, copy, and then make a space and paste it, and go on the bottom. You're gonna get error, but don't need to worry. Go. So you're gonna go change this variable. As our first variable, it's a full name, and the second one we'll ask the applicant age name. We say what is your age. And the third one, we will ask the applicant, what is your address? So we say address, okay, let's call it address names. Let the age, window print, okay, what is your full name? So we change this message to age, what is your age? So we're gonna change this here, what is your address? Then after you finish, you go in alert. So here we ask question. The variable we call the name age, and then we prompt what is your age. Then we ask the question, and we alert the question your full name. Now we're gonna change this message to age. Your age. Then we put is. Your age is. Then we call this variable, which is the age. So we're gonna remove the full name, replace by age. So when if is correct, press OK. Now we got the last question, so which is we call the name address name. So on the address name, we say the prompt, what is your address? So we go to the alert. We're gonna let your full name. Now we're gonna change here your address. So you tap the message, your address, is, now we're gonna call this variable because we're not using different variable. So our variable of address is address name. Then you save the result. So now we go back to the page, we type a full name, Emery Lukombo. Then we say OK, and then they say your full name is Emery Lukombo. If it's correct, then press OK. I press OK. They say what's the age. I can say maybe 100 years. So what is your age? And I say OK, your age is 100. If it's correct, press OK. And the last question was your address. I can say maybe 20 Goodwood or Burville. So if I take Burville, and then we say OK, and then the question finished, you say your address is, so I must also add the is on that alert, is 20 Burville. If it's correct, press OK. Now we're going to go to the final code. So we're going to just fix the is here. Your address is, so I must put is here, and then your age is, that's correct. Now we go to the final one. So one thing I forget, whenever you type, you always put a semicolon at the end of the coding, which is sometimes doesn't pick up, but it's very important to use the semicolon at the end of each coding, just like you do a CSS. Okay, now you go to the final step. The final step there, we're going to write the final step. So we're going to go to, we're going to use another element, which is document dot write dot, okay, and then we're gonna alert, we're gonna alert the result. So the first thing we're gonna alert the result will be a message. So we say we're gonna put a string, so put a quotation mark, then you tap the quotation mark, you're gonna tap the applicant, just put applicant full name is, then we're gonna go out to concatenate plus, and then make a space, and then we add, now we're gonna call the variable. Our full name is coming on the variable of full name, so the variable will be full name, so full name. And then the second one, say our applicant, use there to sound like it, the applicant. So now we're going to concatenate, and we're going to put to the space, and then we concatenate again. So now we're going to add the full name. We're going to put a text or a message first. I think we're going to put first a message. We said we're going to read it. The applicant full name is, and let's put a space first. Okay, there's a space, let's put a message, and is age. So now when you finish here, we're going to concatenate, and we make a space, is age, then we call the variable. So we put a concatenate. Very important, when you put the quotation mark, you put a space inside, concatenate, then we call the variable, which is the age that we name here, let age go to window. Then you put another plus, concatenate again, concatenate, and make a space, and then concatenate again. Now we're gonna call, so the sentence will be, the applicant full name is, then the variable will bring the name, plus, and then we say, and is age, we'll call the variable, then age, address, and is age, then the address, let me say, then the address is, then we make a space, and then we make a plus, then we call the address variable, which is address name, and that's the end of variable. Okay, we're gonna save, and then let's go see the result of the information. Save. So I'm gonna go to the browser and refresh the browser. The first name is Emery Lukombo, and then the age, I can put 50. Then the question asked, the lastly, what is your address? I can put 50, maybe 30 Street, Burver. then say OK. Then finally, your address is teacher and say OK. Now the result will be, then the applicant full name is Emery Lukombo and his age 50. His address is 30 Street, Burville. Now that we come at the final of the tutorial in JavaScript. So watch more video and more tutorial will be uploaded and coming. Please subscribe, leave your comment, and for more on coding. See you on next video.